most times. My drink, like named after me on the menu of my old cafe, like the old cafe I worked at, was something that was, I'm not buying gunpowder, I'm not using a gun, was soda water and espresso, so it was kind of fizzy espresso. I did not fish kebab. Blacker with cream and sugar, always black coffee. Every long once in a while I'll have something called a cortado, which has some milk in it. But that's about it. I guess every also long once in a while I'll have like an iced mocha on a really hot day, but it's pretty rare. I don't really like chocolate or milk. So it was mainly a mental thing? What do you mean by that question? Like, was it mainly a mental thing for the people who were having a hard time, or was it mainly a mental thing that I had to come up with the right like thing to tell them to help them understand? For the people? Yeah, it was usually a mental thing. Every once in a while you'd have people who were anxious. It was not super frequent that that was the case. Or if it was, usually the class itself isn't like taking place on the rock climbing wall. It's like a tiny little baby teaching wall. So people who were anxious usually weren't anxious in the class. It would usually be more of their anxiety would flare up after the class, and we would try and help them with that, where we would go around and try and like walk them through like, yeah, this is kind of spooky, but just focus on like practicing here at the bottom. You're still going to get more used to things if you do that as well. You ever have a quitter, someone who just gave up? Very infrequently. Usually if someone came in and like didn't want to finish the class, it would usually be because they had like no idea what was going on. They were like, I thought I was just gonna get on like a carnival ride and I would just climb up the wall. It's like, no, you're gonna learn how the rock climbing actually works here. And so folks who weren't ready for that kind of thing would sometimes walk out of the class. Not very often, every long once in a while. We did have a few folks who were just like, either they were really anxious or they just weren't good at working with their hands, or they were just like not in a state where they could learn for whatever reason. And occasionally those people would not finish the whole class and would say, okay, well you can just do this kind of wall over here for tonight, not the whole facility. And the next time you come back, we're gonna have you take the class again. How do you find hitting the head with dual blades? It's pretty rough, pretty bad. It's like just a little bit too high. I know the answer. I should be using aerial dual blades. I guess usually, Marths, I would probably just try and I would usually just try and recount to them how I got into it, where like I was pretty scared of heights when I first started rock climbing, and some things about heights still freak me out pretty badly. And that anytime you're in a scary situation, whether it's rock climbing or otherwise, for some things, it can be really nice to kind of immerse yourself really slowly. So for me, that's what helped with rock climbing, where I slowly got into it. Where I would basically just kind of like slowly work my way up a wall, like 5 or 10 feet, and then come down. And then like the next time I was there, I would go up a little higher and then come down. And anytime I would tell them, like anytime you were on the rock climbing wall, you'd be getting more used to like leaning on the rope. You'd be getting more used to like moving your feet around, balancing on there. Your arms and fingers and everything would be getting a little more used to it. So basically just like immersion, like you can slowly immerse yourself in it. You don't need to jump all the way in and try and get to the top of a wall like first thing or anything. That's usually what I would try and tell to somebody who was like anxious about it. Roar and a roar. What brings on all these questions about rock climbing? I'm curious. Are you thinking about trying rock climbing and are worried about it? Ah, no, okay. Sounds fun though, it is fun. I'm curious about why you're asking. Not the slap. Stop, anything but the slap. Ugh, that's difficult to deal with. Gosh darn it. Should sharpen. Okay, that's fine, Marks. Share in DMs if you'd like to. Or not. If it's important to you, then please do, but if not, that's okay too. I was just curious. It speaks to how challenging this monster's moveset really is that some of the most mobile weapons like Sword and Shield and Dual Blades are still having a tough time getting in and out of the way. And like, I'm sure with practice you can do it better than I'm doing, but it really speaks to the difficulty of it that it's not intuitive even with the most mobile weapons to get in and out. Get it! Woo! We did the aerial thing badly. Thanks, Marth. Kind. Whoops. That's adept dodge? Mm-hmm. Yup. That's one of Dual Blade's switch skills. Oh, hang on, I should... Yep, Dual Blades has 2 skills built in from the start. Dual Blades has 2 skills built in from the start. One of them is the adept dodge, so you can dodge right through things and you attack while you do it. The other one hang on. The other one is you stick a little kunai into him and then any of your raw damage is mirrored there. So you get a lot more bonus damage by doing that. And it explodes after a few seconds. So you can tack on some extra damage and then you get a little burst of damage at the end as well. The range on the kunai is quite poor though. I'm not familiar with Wolf's Maw, but if that's what Wolf's Maw was like, then yeah. Jesus. I shouldn't have spammed roll. So I was trying to get momentum to move anywhere there because I knew he was going to be slamming down more on me there, and I was just spamming roll. Because I spammed roll a little bit too early, the distance that I rolled was not enough to get out of the way of that second slam. It's really strict. It's like the art where 1 slash becomes 2 ticks. Yeah, essentially, sure. What are the other switch skills? They're mainly focused around like bringing a semblance of aerial to this game for dual blades, and they have really good damage potential, but I just don't like how they feel. They like vault you up into the air off the monster, and then you can do the world spin down the back. And then there's one other that I can't remember. Oh, yeah. The third one's actually pretty cool too. The other one, this is pretty neat. It's a new version of demon mode called Archdemon, or what's it called? What is it called? I can't remember anymore. It's been too long. Feral demon mode. So regular demon mode is just how it was in World, where you activate it, you can run around real fast. It's pretty much just like how it was in World. Feral demon mode takes a little bit longer to go into, and you don't move around as fast, but you do, I think, what is it? 20% more raw? What do we have right now? We have 249, 293. It's a lot more raw. You also get attacks built into your dodge. So that's a really nice switch skill. And it has the animation of Wolf's Maw? Yeah, it does. I recognize that at least about Wolf's Maw. That is pretty busted. Feral Demon mode is pretty busted. Let me out! I guess not. Whatever. Oh, we got a leg break and no trip. Feels bad, man. I'm good. I'm just gonna go sharpen. Oh, the poor frames, man. The poor frame drops. Whoops, that was a waste of that skill. I used the adept dodge in there to get out of the way. We're getting there. Yeah, I really like dual blades in this game. They might be my favorite weapon in this game. I feel like I still want to get better at them, and I still want to get better sets for them. But I really, really like them in this game. Like I was saying when we were running across the desert, it speaks to this fight's design that it really takes a minute for each of these types of weapons to get used to attacking the darn thing. Oh, that damage though. So much. Last cart. That damage in range. Oh no, fish, I'm sorry. Drink lots of water. Yep, drink lots of water. All the water. Wasn't able to get it. I probably could have tacked on 1 or 2 more points of damage there. Ah. Sorry you hear a dragon on fire. I wish you luck in whatever you're doing, getting up early for, or fixing your sleep for. Ah, no stamina. Okay. I was not expecting it to do that. Scary dragon. No stamina. That was silly. We committed there. Whoops. Guessing that didn't deal damage to him. That last little kunai I stuck him with. For work, I figured as such, but still. I wish you luck with that. All right, this is fun. We get to go fight him in the canonical spot. We're gonna trek up there manually. I think it'll be fun. Gonna climb up the summit. I guess there's not really a camp all that close to that way anyways, so it doesn't really matter if we were climbing manually or not. Writing about what, kind of? What, that you can fight him on the summit here? Or there's no camp in the middle, or what? Hey, it's like Breath of the Wild, there's a rest spot. All right. Let's go. Oh, he's not even asleep yet. Or he already slept. Ugh. This area is so claustrophobic. Ugh. I gotta use my adept dodge to get through that attack because it's hard for me to dodge through it. Whoops. Oh, here we go. Does so much damage. Got him. Whew. Was not easy though. Feel dual blades has a good chance for Valstrax because of how fast they are. Yeah, it's a decent matchup. We're still learning. We're still learning though. He still hits us so hard. Second try, yeah. I like this fight. It's hard. Seemed good? It was okay, yeah. I'm glad we got an orb. Man, that looks gnarly, doesn't it? Wonder if we unlocked any new decorations with Valstrax gear. Or All Mother gear. Let's take a look. I haven't looked at them since then.